It's Grace. In this video, I want to talk about what some people call empaths. People with, it's more than this. Before anybody jumps and says, it was more than that. There's a little bit of irony in that. But they do feel empathy for people. They're highly sensitive people, and they feel it. Some see it as mystical, magical. I know I don't. I feel it's something that, I feel myself this way, that it started early childhood for whatever reason. I was not born with it, it developed. There might be a nature-nurture working there, but yeah, that's how I see it. I don't think that the term is acceptable or the whole thought is acceptable in the scientific community. Maybe a little bit. But there's nothing, I would think there's absolutely nothing in the DSM, although there might be attached to it, but yeah, there could be. I mean, I don't think that it's an actual term in the DSM either, you know. But it's just the way more people, you know, people do more people these days do state it. Now, I have heard people use it as something that it's like, that some of them are psychics, okay, along this line, that it's a gift, and that they don't mean a spiritual gift. Some believe it as a spiritual gift, some don't, and beyond gifts, I mean, it's just something that they were, like I said, born with. And, you know, people have different views on what it means and how it means to them. Now, I think it would be extremely wrong for someone who, you know, disagrees with somebody else is to tell them, well, you must think about it the way I think about it. That doesn't seem like it would be very empathic. Yeah. Well, maybe, but you know what I'm saying? That just seems like it's more of a narcissistic type of trait, you know, to say you have to think the same way I do. I think people should be really understanding of that. Not everybody's going to agree with you on how you see what they do, what you do, what they do. And just because you do it a certain way, you know, that doesn't mean that anybody else and everybody else has to do it the same way. About it the same way. No, they don't have to think about it the way. You're not the rule, you're not the law. You know, there's the one that sets it in stone and says this is how it is. But some people do think this way. I think it's unusual to see it in people who do feel empathy for others. I think it's not that common, but you know, some people think that they are right and that's it. Period. You know. Okay, me, I'm more of a to each their own. You know. Just don't tell me what to do, how to live, how to think, how to, whatever. Don't tell me, you know, unless you are like a lawyer, someone who has the authority to do so, a police officer, you know, don't you tell me how to think, feel, whatever. And I'm not going to do that to you either. That's how I am. It's, you know, to each their own. Unless it's something that they're harming themselves, harming another or others, harming anybody or anything that, you know, like an animal, you know, no. Anything that's illegal, you know, anything along that line. You know, there are exceptions to every rule kind of thing. And that would be, you know, no, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, what to do, what to think, how to think it, and all that. These are just my opinions, even in my videos. It's just my opinion. Other people have different ways of looking at it. People seem to think whenever people have differences in opinions on something, say it's something scientific, that it takes away from it. See, I have my degrees in psychology and sociology, so I do not see it that way. Because, you know, I was a career student and, I mean, 20-something years. I taught at college and university. So I have a different view on this because we know people are going to differ in their opinions in this, and that doesn't muddy it, that doesn't take away from it. It's just some people were taught this way and they understand this way, And just think about people. Do we all grow up in the same house, in the same neighborhood, in the same city, in the same state, and walk, how could we? We'd have to walk inside one another, to have the same experiences. And as it is, people don't see the experiences that they do the same. So not everybody's going to be the same. Like if you go for counseling, some counselors will think that they should use this type of way, and some other ones will use this other type of way. That doesn't make it bad. It's just different. Some people, like the ways of the way people learn. Not everybody learns the same. But anyway, that's why I'm saying this about people who are empaths. Why would anybody think or even assume that everybody should think about it the same way? Some do, some don't. Anyway, I think I'll talk more on this topic as time goes by. This is my newer channel, and one of them. And, I think I'll make a focus on this every once in a while, maybe once a week or once a month, once every other week, bi-weekly, whatever. It just depends on when I can and what I can do. So I think I'll do that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you want to subscribe to this channel and you haven't already, click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share if you would, and I'll talk to you on another video.